Always being on, always being connected, not wanting to miss out is really difficult for our students. And in particular, where this has an effect is when their devices are close to their bed or in their bedroom. With a device in the bedroom, research is illustrating that students on average are getting 3 hours less sleep than students of the same age would have been getting in 1980.
My devices definitely keep me awake at night. If you get stuck on some threads or some posts, you can just get stuck into this hole and you can start spiraling into information that you just didn't need to see at all.
We suggest having a central charging station within your house where you put the phones to bed, you plug them in your kitchen, somewhere within your household, and then it's time for you and it's time for your kids to go to bed. The phones can rest and you can rest. Another reason why we suggest no cell phones in the bedroom is because some of the most prevalent sexting files are happening in the morning. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. when mom and dad are sleeping, son and daughter are in their bedroom under the cover of darkness, more likely to engage in that risky behavior. And so we have to also have that proactive conversation with them about what they're doing on their devices, the permanent aspect behind it, but most importantly, limiting that by not having cell phones or a piece of technology in general within their bedrooms.
I can't have my phone in my room after, I think, 10:30. So I plug it in the kitchen and, then I listen to the radio.
Parents need to be involved in setting limits for youth as are developmentally appropriate. So when you're having the conversation and talking about why we need to set limits, ensure that your kids understand the rationale so that when the limits are enforced, it's still in the context of relationship. And even if they don't appreciate it right away, at least they understand what's going on. But in order for limits to work really effectively, parents need to also adhere to some of those limits. No, we're not on the same schedule as our children. However, it's important to model and model again what it means to be fully present and engaged in a relationship. We can do that as parents.
My parents used to have limits set. We wouldn't want to exceed 1 hour of usage on my phones or any gaming devices at all. But as I've grown older, that's become a lot more lenient.
Have that device-free time where you can just actually talk. You're building that connection with them. You're building that trust.
We have a night of the week where there's no internet, no electronics, and we play old school board games, right? Or go for a walk.
Make a game out of how long we can put our devices away when we're in a social setting. If you're at the table, or you're going out to the restaurant, or you're in the car, decide some areas where you, as a family, choose that those are family times, and there is no device. Whoever fails first gets to buy the next round of ice cream, or whatever it might be. Have fun with it, and recognize that it's probably going to be you, the parent, who makes the mistake first.
My parents don't really put many strict rules on my devices, although if I am spending an excruciatingly long amount of time on my device, they will politely ask me to actually do something with my day.
Have them go into the other room, write down their social media usernames, write down their accounts, but most importantly, the passwords associated to that. Put that in an envelope, put that somewhere safe within the house for a few reasons. Let them know that you may do spot checks on their accounts, not to figure out everything they're doing and spy on them. It's to know that they haven't changed the passwords to their accounts. You're building trust at the end of the day. And if they have changed their passwords because you cannot get access to their accounts, well, they've broken the trust. And maybe that device that you are lending them at the end of the day may have to be taken for a few days to have them learn. If they do need to change their passwords, update the envelope.
I feel that In some situations, it might be necessary for a parent to take a look at an account, but it also, an internet account might be someplace that you feel really personal with and that you might not want a parent seeing. But also, if you're doing unsafe or possibly even illegal things, I feel that parents should have some control over that. But they also shouldn't be like helicopter obsessively checking your phone.
Many parents become complacent and say, I think we're pretty good. There aren't too many risks, or I know about the risks, and they're not very likely to occur to me. It's important that parents do not take that sort of a position where they're no longer involved in their kids' technology profiles or their online lives or relationships. We want to be present in our kids' lives in our homes. Online is an extension of that relationship. And once we start looking at it that way, we can develop those healthy ways of being online that are so important for the development of our kids.